Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody? My name is Adam. You all know me as Ghopper85. Let's see, some things about my channel that I want to tell y'all to see if y'all want to subscribe to me. You don't have to if you don't want to. If you don't like my content, don't subscribe.
This is Adam Kolb, better known as Ghopper85. While he may not be a well-known name in the Yu-Gi-Oh community right now, over a decade ago, he was without a doubt a rising superstar in the world of Yugitubing. Ghopper had a passionate, active, and growing fan base, a few standout hit series, and had even collaborated with some of the titans in the YouTube Yu-Gi-Oh scene. So what happened to Adam? How did it all go wrong, and why is he generally known as the most infamous Yugituber of all time? In this video, I'll be covering all those topics and why it's very likely you've never heard of him. One of the first things I'll put front row center, and you'll learn this fast if you try to search him up yourself, is that almost all of Ghopper85's existence on YouTube has been completely erased. His channel has been deleted for nearly a decade, and that made it almost impossible to cite specific numbers when it came to his past YouTube channel and videos. However, as we all know, once something is on the internet, there's always some record of it. That information, as well as my personal memories and recollection, were used to make this video. Born in 1985 in the state of Louisiana, Adam Kolb was an OG in almost every sense of the word. For one, he started playing Yu-Gi-Oh in early 2002. This coincided with the release of the first ever core booster set, Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon. He created his YouTube channel, Ghopper85, on New Year's Eve 2006, leading into 2007. To say Yugitubing was still in its infancy at this time would be a colossal understatement, as most of Yugitubing's earliest stars didn't really take off until 2008. In his earliest years, Adam's content mainly consisted of trade binder and duel videos. The titans of Yugitubing at this time, such as MQuil40, Asian Persuasion 2008, Paj Joker, and DubKDad, all posted these types of videos, and they were incredibly popular from 2008 to 2010. In the early years, Adam initially attracted people to his channel with cookie-cutter standard content and his incredibly impressive Yu-Gi-Oh collection. Despite his relatively unknown status and the size of his channel being drastically smaller than Paj Joker, who at one point was the largest Yugituber with 25,000 subscribers, Adam's Yu-Gi-Oh collection and trade binder were every bit as good as Paj Joker's. He had tons of high-rarity cards, tournament pack ultra rares, even Shonen Jump prize cards like Cyberstein, signed by Dan Green, the voice actor for Yugi. Back in those days, a collection of that caliber was quite mesmerizing and considered among the best in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, bar none. Adam's collection was aided by the fact that he bought, sold, and traded like a sanctioned Yu-Gi-Oh vendor straight from his channel. Thus, his platform gave him access to a lot of deals from duelists all over the country. Viewers would often find his channel because of a duel video, and upon going to his channel homepage, they would learn that he was open for business and would broker trades with him. This led to Adam garnering a small following of about 1,000 subscribers. One could say he was starting to make a name for himself, but his real popularity was still to come. Much like most of Yu-Gi-Oh on YouTube, Adam's channel really took off during the 5Ds era. Part of it was simply the boom Yu-Gi-Oh saw as a whole on the platform, as Yu-Gi-Oh channels, like even my own, were popping up left and right, and the game was becoming more popular overall. However, what really took Adam's channel to the next level and onto the main stage was the implementation of his own original series. It was one thing to simply go with the flow and post videos that fell into established categories viewers wanted to see, but through Adam's series, not only was his personality on full display, but his ideologies of Yu-Gi-Oh came shining through. G-Hopping on Your Deck, one of his most popular series, in which Adam and one of his teammates would play Deck Doctor for one of his subscribers. This series not only helped his subscribers improve their decks and make them more competitive, but he was able to work in some of his own personal humor, as he would often take lighthearted shots at how poorly the decks were built. Also, Think Like a Chink, quite possibly his most offensively named series, which would soon be renamed What's Happening in the OCG. In this series, Adam highlighted trends from the OCG and would often analyze their competitive meta to try to find opportunities for TCG players to get ahead of the curve. Finally, G-Hopper's Most Wanted, a series dedicated to exposing online trade scammers and warning the Yu-Gi-Oh community of them. As one of the largest YouTube Yu-Gi-Oh traders, Adam felt it was his responsibility to protect the community from these scammers, as well as he wanted duelists to still have faith in the YouTube trading system. These series really catapulted Adam's channel popularity, but his focus on community and giving back cemented it. One of the things that made Adam's popularity so sustainable is that his community saw him as a people's champion, someone who, despite their accomplishments and status, gave back to the Yu-Gi-Oh community in a tremendous way. Not only did Adam consistently host contests with prizes on his channel, but he had an entire segment named G-Hopper's 7 Minutes of Fame. This segment was dedicated to letting smaller Yugitubers post on his channel in hopes of growing their own. Add this to his Pin Shoppers feature that added aspiring Yugitubers to his subscription box as an attempt to kickstart their channels, and many felt that his efforts were commendable and that he was more than just a solid content producer. He also garnered respect for going against the grain when deck building. Adam would often go out of his way to play and build lower tier decks at competitive events rather than using meta ones.
I'm not a top tier deck player. I have the cards to play top tier. I know how to play any top tier deck that you hand to me, but it's my choice to play creative decks.
This may seem like a baseless claim, but as it actually happened, it was more than likely true. In fact, to back up this claim, Adam had a top 8 finish at Shonen Jump Houston in January 2009 during the legendary Teledad format. He claimed that this was the one and only format in his entire life where he played the best deck. Adam also had received his invitation to nationals almost every year as he played rogue decks. So he had the credentials to back the talk up, he just preferred playing rogue decks. As he entered the 2010s, Adam seemed primed to become one of YouTube's biggest Yu-Gi-Oh creators. In fact, to put it into better perspective, Adam's channel was over 3 times larger than my own at the time. While Adam was on the fast track to Yugitubing stardom, I must point out at this time, he had received a whirlwind of pushback and ire by a good portion of his fans from what will become the final episode of G-Hopper's Most Wanted. In that final episode, he completely lambasted a teenage up-and-coming Yugituber by the name of the Magic Cat.
What I probably should rename this segment to Ghopper85's Yu-Gi-Oh! I disgrace 3,229 of you. I really do. If you're subscribed to this person, you really need to go and unsubscribe. This person lies so much that I'm going to call them a compulsive liar. Now, I'm pretty sure when she made this video, she wasn't planning on telling y'all that she was going to become a YouTube whore. Why don't you go to a church and get yourself saved because you have issues.
Adam took exception with how her fans were sending her free boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and accused her of sending them explicit pictures in exchange, which he thought was scamming them. He called her names in the video, launched personal attacks. Adam even claimed that she needed Jesus. As we would soon learn, this would be one of the most ironic foreshadowings that we've ever seen. Many thought Adam crossed the line because, unlike in his other videos in this series, this girl wasn't actually scamming people. Even if she was exchanging pictures for cards, that's technically trading, and after all, this is a trading card game. Soon after, the Magic Cat would delete her channel, privately claiming Adam had constantly harassed her online and that he had requested explicit pictures from her. As you will soon learn, those accusations were almost certainly true.
Good evening, I'm Angela Hill.
And I'm Dennis Woltering in for My Cause. We begin with an Eyewitness News exclusive tonight. Hammond police arrest a man they say made contact with women through Facebook, then eventually extorted sex from them.
There's now a Facebook page to warn women. It's called Ban Adam Kolb. Adam Kolb is now in jail, charged with a scheme which police say began on Facebook.
A news report, an arrest, and a mugshot of Adam for the whole world to see. Adam had been arrested by the Hammond, Louisiana Police Department for multiple sexual crimes. Adam was accused of hacking into a girl's Facebook account, then contacting her friends saying that he was a friend of a friend. Police said that Adam would then start relationships with the women and take explicit pictures of them. Police also stated that sometimes he would have consensual sex with the women, but if they were unwilling to or wanted to end the relationship, he would threaten to send those pictures to family members of the women. Initially, there were were only 2 victims at the time of Adam's arrest in his home in the College Town apartments. However, police expected that that number would soon grow. After Adam's arrest, police searched his computer and found hundreds of explicit pictures of women, which bolstered the theory of more victims. Quite frankly, it was unbelievable and set the Yu-Gi-Oh community on fire.
A man faces extortion and possibly cyber-stalking charges.
This is kind of some sad news. Some of you guys may not care. Some of you may not even know who this is, but Ghopper85 is one of the biggest guys on YouTube.
Ghopper85 is in jail for extortion.
What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Big headlines today. One of the biggest YouTubers has been arrested. There were dozens of videos made about Adam's arrest. Admittedly, even I made one. Shock and disgust were the main reactions, but there was also a ton of ridicule from other Yugitubers.
Dun 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 dun. And let us know about what you think about Ghopper85. In this corner, his butthole. In this corner, you guys figure it out.
I hope he don't drop the soap. I'm sure he G-hopping on a whole nother deck list by now. I wonder how much a Dark Armed Dragon gets him in jail.
The range of emotions were really all over the place, and it wasn't just limited to YouTube. Posts about Adam made it onto popular online Yu-Gi-Oh forums like Pojo, Duelist Grounds, and others. Victims of Adam even started a Ban Adam Kolb Facebook page because of his actions. As you would expect, the fallout was swift. He lost about 75% of his audience and subscribers within days, and 90% within a month. For those waiting for his defense or an explanation from Adam, they would have to wait around half a year. The only immediate update was a video posted on Adam's YouTube channel in a silent typewriter style about, and I am paraphrasing here, how God and his family would get him through these tough times. It was unclear at the time and to this day if Adam or another made the video, as he was being held on a $900,000 bond at the time. Around 4 months after his arrest in October, more details came out about Adam, which, if possible, made him look even worse. Police learned that Adam had previously harassed a 14-year-old girl, and that harassment had gotten so bad that the girl was forced to switch schools because of it. He also used his status in the Yu-Gi-Oh community while at tournaments to meet girls and older women he would soon later prey on. Lastly, even during his basic pizza man delivery job, he would go after women. Police stated that if he was interested in them, he would copy their phone number and address to start harassing them. All this compiled with the now over 50 victims, and it was quite evident the district attorney would have enough charges and evidence to put Adam under the jail. 5 months later, in January 2012, Adam did write a 3-page letter to his proclaimed best friend in the world, a Yugituber named Ghopper85. T-Bird had been covering the entire situation with Adam on his channel and updating Adam's audience, as well as keeping contact with Adam's mother. In the letter, Adam started off by thanking T-Bird for sticking by his side and proclaiming that there was a lot of drama and lies that were being told about him. He then went on to thank his subscribers, saying that he missed them very much and that he was asking for their forgiveness. Adam continued to apologize for his mistakes that he had made in the past, saying, quote, "No one is perfect and I hope you can forgive me," end quote. This letter was met with mixed reactions, as many thought that Adam was beyond redemption or simply that he didn't deserve it. By May 2012, the Yu-Gi-Oh community had all but moved on from Adam, but the state of Louisiana sure hadn't. Cyberstalking, forcible rape, extortion for sex, felony carnal knowledge, possession of child pornography, the list went on. On May 22, 2012, Adam Kolb was sentenced by Judge Robert Morrison to serve 10 years for each of the 7 counts of extortion, 2 years for each of the 9 counts of cyberstalking, and 6 months for defamation of hatred. When/if Adam was released, he would have to register as a sex offender. I have not been able to confirm this, but apparently Judge Morrison gave Adam such a harsh sentence because he believed that Adam had hatred and evil in his eyes. That information comes via Adam's own mother. It's unclear at this time if Adam will ever be released from the Louisiana State Penitentiary. His channel was deleted in 2011 and all of his videos were removed. However, it is unclear if this was done by YouTube or by Ghopper85 Ghopper85, who Adam had given permission to his account. Inexplicably, his personal Facebook is still up and viewable at the time of me recording this video, which is where I found a lot of the pictures used in this video. This leads me to believe that Adam was never able to pay his bail and was never released from jail, of course going to prison after sentencing. In my personal opinion, he leaves without a doubt the most infamous legacy of a Yu-Gi-Oh content creator on YouTube, as most of the older Yugitubers like myself still remember him very well. In the end, for a short while, most of us simply knew him as a lively, enthusiastic, up-and-coming superstar in the community, but we never imagined the horrors and atrocities he committed on an everyday basis. And with that, we are at the conclusion of our story. If you were expecting a happy ending, sorry, but there just isn't one here. Anyways, if you enjoyed this type of video, please give the video a thumbs up or let me know in the comment section below, and subscribe for more videos in the future.